My name is Hanuman. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO at Sharpsell.ai. In this particular series, we are trying to demystify sales enablement for those of us who are not very familiar with the concept and how these tools work. So, all right, let's get started. So as a salesperson, irrespective of what product you're selling, whether you sell an insurance product or a mutual fund product or an automobile or a healthcare product or an enterprise software product, in almost all the cases, there's a fairly good chance there are dozens of salespeople who are trying to approach the same buyers, engage them and sell their product. Also, these days, buyers have a lot more information even before they start talking to you. The question is, how do you get their attention? Because nobody wants to talk to sales guys. Let's just face it. But everybody wants to talk to people who they think can solve their problems. The question is, can you come across as one of those guys who can solve those problems? So it's extremely important to gain that respect and attention of your buyers. And a lot of times, if you are one of those sales guys who can't understand customer pain points or explain your product really well, or figure out how you could actually solve that problem, you lose that respect. And what happens then is they are not engaged and your sales cycles get longer, you don't close enough deals, your productivity goes for a toss, and you don't feel good at the end of the day. So as a salesperson, it's really important that your customers trust you, you come across as an expert, you close deals faster, and you have that confidence that I'm able to answer every question that my customer throws at me, and I'm able to convince them and close deals. So it's extremely important that salespeople come across as trusted advisors and not just salespeople. So as a salesperson, there are 3-4 things that you got to do to make sure that you earn the respect and build that relationship with your customer where they see that you are an expert. The first one is you got to deliver on your commitments. It's fairly straightforward. If you say that I'm going to send you a proposal on a particular day, you better do that. If you say that I'm going to show up at your office at this particular time, you better do that. And so it's important that you actually deliver on your commitments. It could be about getting more information from your product team. It could be about sharing something that your marketing team needs to give it to you. Whatever that is, just deliver on commitments. I think that's the basic thing. Second, come across as an expert who can actually help. Right. So be responsive, be there to answer any questions that they may ask, and just make a compelling sales pitch. Just don't run through a 20-slide presentation saying this is what we do, blah blah blah, and so on. Right? Nobody is interested in listening to what product you have. Everybody wants to understand, do you understand their problem? Do you know what it takes to solve? What are the realities of their challenges, and how your product can fit in? It's more of solution first approach than a product first approach. That's extremely important. So I think it's broadly boils down to that. And also, don't come across as transactional in your approach, right? So I want to engage with someone who I know I can trust and will be there when I need help, right? So these are the 3-4 points. So just basically, don't come across as a transactional salesperson. Deliver on your commitments, be responsive, and make sure that you are able to make a compelling sales pitch after understanding your customer's pain points, and then explain how your product can solve it. How can you help your salespeople to become trusted advisors? I think it fundamentally boils down into 2 broad areas. One, are they trained well? Are they do they know their products really well? Do they know what kind of questions to expect from the potential customers? And do they know their market? Do they know their competitions? How well are they trained? So that's broadly the first thing. And the second one is about how equipped are they when they are in front of the customer? Do they have the right information about the product? Make no mistake, your products keep changing. Right, so you keep adding new enhancement, you keep coming up with new configurations, you keep coming up with new variants, you keep releasing new products. The question is, it's almost impossible for sales folks to remember each one of your product details. So as long as you can equip them with the right information at fingertips, so that they can answer any questions that come to them, or they are able to make a compelling sales pitch based on the customer's needs, you kind of made progress. So it's also important that you understand that salespeople sell the products that they really know well, right? So so if you want to get your product mix right, if you want sales teams to sell your products the way you want them to sell, it's important that you make sure that you just equip them with the right content, right tools, right information in real time. So that's extremely important. All right, so I think that's been the focus of this episode, where understanding the importance of salesperson to be a trusted advisor. See you in the next episode of Sales Enablement by Sharpsell. Till then, goodbye.